The thing about strength is you need strength to climb the mountain. But once you get to the top, you don't need to build strength anymore. And that's the problem. The problem is that once we get to the top of the mountain, once you've made yourself as beautiful as you can be or as strong as you can be, you don't need any more strength. And the problem with that is you always need more strength. You always want to get more beautiful. You always want to be stronger. You always want to be happier. You don't want to just make it to one destination and that's the rest of your life and you don't need to worry about anything else, because that's when you go old. And you don't want to get old. You want to stay as young as you possibly can for as long as you possibly can. You don't want to find yourself at the top of the mountain. You want to find yourself at some place in the mountain where you're comfortable with the journey ahead of you and you're not bothered about being where you are. You just want to keep strengthening yourself as much as you can, never actually getting to the top of the mountain. You never ever want to get to the top of the mountain, because the second you get to the top of the mountain, well, how else are you going to make yourself stronger? As soon as you reach that six-pack, you either keep it forever or you lose it and it's gone. You don't want to lose it and never have it again. Of course you don't want to lose it. You want to have it forever. So you need to find a way to climb. You need to find a way to say to yourself, yeah, I'm still climbing this mountain. I'm still pushing. Because at the end of the day, happiness, love, strength, health, it always gets better when you can see it getting better, when you have a reason to better it. So here's how you do it. You put yourself in such a position that you're always striving. For me, for instance, last night, maybe I drank 1.5 bottles of wine. It's a lot of wine. And I woke up this morning feeling a little tender. So what did I do? I got on my bike and cycled up a mountain. The same mountain I cycle up every single day. And I want to have that perfect health. I want to have that perfect strength. I want to be beautiful. I want to be happy. But I'm not going to get these things because I won't give these things to myself. I'll just give myself the image to look at, like the cycling up the mountain, to get the perfect body, to get the perfect amount of strength, to get the perfect this, to get the great this, whatever it is. I cycle up the mountain and then I come down. And then I do other things that balance this out. Maybe I sit here right now and I drink a beer. Why not? I know I'm going to wake up tomorrow and climb the mountain again. And the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. And I won't stop. But I'll make myself happy. I'll make myself content. I'll be content. I'm content. I know they say you shouldn't be content. You should always push yourself. But see, when you get to that point where when you say, I'm not going to strive for being content. I'm going to strive for being perfect, the best version of myself. I don't want to be the best version of myself. I want to try and be the best version of myself. Yes, but I don't want to be the best version of myself, because the minute you get to the top of the mountain, you either have to stay at the top of the mountain or you roll down and you don't build any more strengths. You don't build any more strengths. You have to say to yourself, in order to climb the mountain again, the mountain has to be bigger. The mountain has to be further. I have to drive further. I have to push more. I have to strive more. I have to find a new amount of love in my heart to give my life. But your love is equivalent to your feedback from the life that you live. And the life that you live, it's only as great as you can imagine it. So maybe I sit here and drink a beer, but I'm imagining greater mountains. I'm imagining greater strengths. And so what? I'll still get up tomorrow and I'll still cycle up the mountain. And it's easy. Today I woke up feeling a bit tender. And I thought to myself the whole time when I was cycling up, I said to myself, right, you don't have to push yourself as much. You don't have to worry about that because you're feeling very tender right now. Which I was. But When I got down to the other side and I looked at Strava and I was like, damn, actually, a personal record at everything, and I've been doing the same mountain continuously. I cycled from Scotland to the south of France where I am, and I'm hitting my personal records every single time. It's because the mountain, I'm still pushing the mountain. The mountain's still bigger. The mountain still grows. The mountain still lives within my dreams and my desires. I will not say to myself, I'm at the top. I don't want to be at the top. I want to be somewhere comfortable along the journey. And I want to be content. If I'm content, then I can speak to others and I can say to others, well, the reason you want to take this journey is because it's enjoyable. And you're never saying to yourself, I have to work so hard that there's no enjoyment. At some point, you have to jump. I mean, last year and the year before, I said to myself, right, you got to try and do 100,000 pull-ups and 100,000 push-ups. And I done that. I spend so much time every single day for a year and a half doing push-ups, 200 to 300 every single day. Every single day. It's 274 repetitions for 100,000 in a year. I sat and done between 200 and 300 repetitions of each every single day. I was striving for 100,000 repetitions in a year. 100,000 repetitions, the way I broke it down was 100,000 repetitions of reading for a minute is a repetition. Walking for a minute is a repetition. Cycling for a minute is a repetition. Running for a minute is a repetition. Doing a pull-up is a repetition. Doing a push-up is a repetition. Anything like this, anything where you're building yourself is a repetition. And you want to create 100,000 in a year, 100,000 repetitions. If you can smash out 100,000 repetitions of forward movements in your life within a year, there's nothing that'll stop you, because nothing else can keep up. Nothing else can keep up. We may look in the mirror and say, oh, that's me. But that's just an idea of you. The actual you doesn't actually live within the body. You have your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is thinking about what you see, what you do, what you know, this and that. That's your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind, it doesn't live in the body. It lives in the ether. It doesn't live in the body. The conscious mind doesn't live in the body either. Your thoughts aren't coming from your mind. You are a creation of your thoughts. Your physical self, this is just a TV screen. This is just a reflection of your thoughts. This doesn't actually exist. It's only your thoughts that are real. Your thoughts are what is real. So I said to myself last year, I was like, right, I spent enough time doing enough pull-ups, push-ups, exercising, practicing guitar, doing all these things. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go now. I'm going to go and see the world. I want to cycle around the world. I want to see everything. I've been living in one day I was cycling through the south of France. And I said to myself, I need to find a shop. So I came into this town. It's a very small town, about 900 people in this town. It's very small. I didn't even know there was a town here, to be honest. I just knew there was a shop. And basically, I'd had intermittent charging since I left Scotland, or since I left the north of England. I had intermittent charging. I couldn't charge my phone continuously. Because if you don't have charge on your phone, you don't know where the campsite is. And if you don't know where the campsite is, you can't charge your phone. But I said to myself, it doesn't matter. As long as I follow the sun, I'm heading south. So I followed the sun. I got down to the south of England. I crossed from Dover to Calais. And then from Calais, I cycled down France. Got down to the south of France. Didn't know where I was going. I was just on a mission. I'm just going to go see the world, man. Why not? Let's go. So I found myself in the south of France. Said to myself, I need a shop. Went and looked for a shop, found a shop in this town. And then some person came to me and they were like, here, man, there's a guy here that lets people stay in their house when they don't have any, when they're bike packing. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. I ain't had a shower I've been washing in rivers and whatnot. I ain't had a shower in days, probably weeks. And I was like, that's cool. And then I stayed in this town for like 3 days. And then on the third day, this person came up to me. They were like, do you want to stay in the house and help me fix something? I was like, yeah, let's go. So I stayed in the house. amazing. But then when I've been in this house for maybe like 2 weeks, I realized, and I was speaking to the owners, that the person who owns this house actually grew up in the town that I'm born in, that I'm from. What's the chances of that? Life is a dream by the end of the day. Life is a dream. If you want to dream, if you want to live your life, if you want to live your dreams, if you want to live in heaven, if you want to live in heaven, all you need to do is step outside the box. Learn as much as you possibly can. Learn as much as you can, and then step out of the box. And be determined. Don't try and climb the mountain to the top, to the peak, because it's dead once it gets to the peak. You just want to teeter on the edge, teetering on the edge. You want to be able to see your destination there. You truly want to be. You only ever want to grab that when the environmental signals are no longer strong enough to sway you off your true dreams, because environmental signals is what creates all of life. If you can master your mind and understand how environmental signals work, then you can master anything, and you can live past age, where age gets old before you get old. You don't need to age. Why the heck should you age? Your cells represent themselves. Every single 50 trillion cells in your body represent themselves to the picture that you have in your mind. Picture the picture at the end of the tunnel, saying, I want to look like that. I want to look fucking awesome, man. I want to look amazing. I want to look like the best version of myself. And I want to get there way, way, way after the environmental signals have lost their strength to keep up with me. And I will create my own environmental signals that will make me even stronger, even more powerful, and nothing will stop me. Because nothing can stop you if you do not stop yourself. And everything will be there when you push yourself. Life is a dream. So don't stop pushing yourself and keep going to the end, because it's a reward when you get there. It's complete reward all the way, every single day. Complete fruition every single day. You live in the honeymoon effect every single day. Every single day you wake up, you're like, wow, this is amazing, because the environmental signals that would otherwise change your mind have lost the strength to hold on to you. And you do this when you out succeed your own possibilities, your own performance that got you into the picture of life. When you outdo your own performance that got you into this life, because this life it's just a picture. It's just an idea. And it was an idea created at a game of cards before you were ever born, when you were sat there in a picture of imagination playing cards, and you said, I'm going to win this game. And you won this game, and that game gave you life. And here you are, sat there with life. Now you have to outdo that game of cards that gave you life, and you need to make yourself the strongest version of you, because when you become that strongest version, nothing else is as strong as you. And life is literally just a dream every single moment of every single day, forever and ever. Amen. Stay true to yourself. Thanks for listening.